breed, global truth. New breed? That's to the world over. Yeah, forever. I'm breaking generational curses. The wealth gap is merging. Right. Half the city, they know me through these Israelite conversions. Hey. I think we have a disturbance, lights off in the churches. I see behind the curtains, I ain't scared of none of you serpents. I was bred for this, might just lose my head for this. Holy Spirit activate, bless me with a 7 cents. We strapped up, yeah, we well equipped. People turning devilish. Here comes Judah. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Rise up and fight, don't let them take you out your element. Right. Carry this cross, I'ma take you where you never been. They minds are corroded, eye sockets full of locusts. Lying while I'm shining, they can never take my focus. These rappers is bogus, rap style in cities. Listen to them close, you can hear how evil they really is. I pray the wrath of God on you and your affiliates. Been watched since a child, they know about my lineage. Yeah, I'm full blood, bred for the war. Every time they take away, all he do is give us more. They cold blooded, piercing with the sword. Let the Lord sort them out or let their hearts hit the floor. You either with me or against me, 100 or you 50. I'll replace you, don't you tempt me. Sometimes I feel empty, tell the world to come and get me. Got this Henny on the rocks, reading Revelations, then I look up at the clock. They feel the devastation when they make they self a op. Let the dead bury the dead, yeah, let them niggas rot. I've been galvanized, slandered, and so despised. Now I rise, hit the surface like a strong tide. Can't touch me, I cut you like some barbed wire. Going in this book and get it popping like a fish fry. Make the matrix get a glitch when I spit mine. Crossing over thin lines in these end times. Trying to find balance, drinking wine out this chalice. Anything worth having is gonna come with a challenge. I'm a glutton for pain. Matter of fact, I'm an addict. Every time I suffer, I'm coming back more savage. I'm full blooded, bred for the war. Every time they take away, all he do is give us more. They cold blooded, piercing with the sword. Let the Lord sort them out or let their hearts hit the floor. They be talking, they don't wanna go to war. When the sky open up, let them bodies hit the floor. Christ is coming and that line about to roar. Repentance and no more, that's required of the law. These vocal cords be on fire, feel the force. I'm a life of no divorce, there's a riot in the chorus. Sky high, fly through lightning, watch me soar. They be hating cause we on and they scared to pay it for. They be pacing, curse the day that we was born. But it's too late cause it's on.
Yo, what up, everybody? It's your brother New Breed coming through with another live stream. We're going to be talking about the only solution for targeted individuals. That's right. Pound the like button on the way in. For those who are unaware of what a targeted individual is, let me enlighten you. We're talking about an individual who is a victim of gang stalking, which is organized mobbing. When a collective group of people come together on one accord to, pretty much stalk an individual. They have various methods of torment and torture. There's a lot of gaslighting that goes on. Doors of opportunity get closed on that individual, and this can happen on a workplace, this can happen in a neighborhood, this can happen online. It's pretty much bullying. And it's going on in a lot of cities as well. A lot of major cities are ran by a Masonic cabal, just to be straight up with you. And gang stalking is not quite what people think it is. And what I mean by this is a lot of people think it's just totally organized, and sometimes it's just spiritual. Sometimes the warfare is very spiritual. But let me make this very clear. There are things that we can do. And I'm talking about people who have dealt with the scrutiny, dealt with the isolation, dealt with the back and forth, people who have been followed through grocery stores. people who've been followed through their neighborhood. Is the audio coming through, y'all? Because somebody said the audio was cutting out. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me. Let's make sure everything is good because I'm about to go in and I'm gonna bring solution. Let's turn the background music down. I want y'all to definitely hear everything. I see ones. All right, cool. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when we're talking about gang stalking, there's a lot that come with this program. But there's nobody talking about solutions. In fact, I'm going to go as far as to say this is the only platform where you're going to hear solution. Literally, this is the only platform where you're going to hear a solution for gang stalking and brothers and sisters who have been targeted, people who have been targeted by friends, family, colleagues, associates, people who have been living in these communities where they're being watched, harassed, pretty much property damaged. Every time you go outside, they go outside, followed on the freeway, all of that, all of those things. I'm the only platform that's going to bring a tangible solution and the only person who has been active in creating this tangible solution. This is a fact, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all want to hear it? Y'all ready? The only solution for targeted individuals is communal living. You hear me? The only solution for targeted individuals is living in a community among like-minded people. The only solution. You know, I came across this very interesting video earlier because, you know, I keep my ears to the streets. And there's an actual content creator that I actually grew a liking to. And for the first time, I guess the man decided to speak on me. And I don't blame him for saying some of the things he's saying because he's just uninformed. He doesn't know who I am and what I'm about. So he's questioning those who've been placed in leadership by the Almighty. He's questioning people's motives. And I don't blame the brother for that. Honestly, I'm not even mad at him. But I feel like me reacting to what he had to say will answer a lot of questions for targeted individuals who may have the same questions. To what he had to say. Hold on. And I want to address that because I'm not too on my high horse. I'm not too big on social media where I cannot respond to smaller platforms. It's never been that way. And I think a lot of people need to understand what it means to be separate in this day and age. Listen, the gang stalking is not going to stop in these cities. The gang stalking is not going to stop in communities where it's nothing but Masons, witches, warlocks, wizards that's surrounding you and watching you. Listen, it's not going to stop. Your only solution is what the scriptures have told us. And what did they say? Jeremiah 29:5. It says, build ye houses and dwell in them. Plant gardens and eat the fruit thereof. Take ye wives and begot sons and daughters, and take wives of your sons and give your daughters to husbands, that they may bear sons and daughters, that ye may increase there and not be diminished. And seek the peace of the city whither I have caused you to be carried away. It says seek the peace of the city. This is what we're talking about, getting outside of the confines of the program, getting outside of the matrix, right? It says, and seek the peace of the city whither I have caused you to be carried away captives, and pray unto the Lord for it. For in the peace thereof shall ye have peace. You want peace, ladies and gentlemen? We're only going to have peace in the community where we've built our own houses, planted our own gardens, and lived among like-minded people. You want peace? The Bible tells you the answers to get free from being gang stalked. Now I'm gonna be bringing out a lot of solutions here, and I'm gonna tell you just like this. I'm only going to say these things in this one video. I'm not going to keep on saying this over and over and over and over again, because here's the thing about a lot of people in the targeted individual community. They don't want to help themselves. They don't like the solutions, because the solution requires them to do some work outside of relying on this Babylonian structure. It requires them to move outside of their comfort zone. The reason why you're able to be targeted is because you have seemed to be okay with your daily rigmarole, your daily routine, and that's not going to work. Now, let's look at the blueprint here, and then we're going to get into some more content.
Hey, shalom, Israel. It's your brother New Breed, and I'm standing right here in Unlimited Potential Campgrounds. And as you can see, our brothers and sisters showed up. Got the tents out, got the RVs out.
Now, let's stop here for a second. You see the people that's out here? The people that's out there at a limited potential farm grounds that we have begin to do work on. You see the people out there? These people are serious-minded people. These people don't want to continue to get mobbed, watched, get sabotaged. Because let me explain this to you. The whole gang stalking program is just experiments. All they're doing is experimenting on you, like they've been experimenting on our people forever. They've been experimenting on us since the Tuskegee experiments. They've been running drills on us. They've been trying to provoke and gaslight us for decades now. But the people who came out there understood that, in order for us to get out of these situations, we're going to have to leave the world behind. So you see the RVs and you see the tents out there. And it's not only because of gang stalking. Some of the brothers and sisters are out there because they understand the validity in legacy and dynasty and building on something you can call your own. There's people out there because they're tired of paying $2,000 a month for rent, and they rather stack their money up in any way they can. There's people out there for various reasons. Do you understand? But there are definitely some TIs out there that I shook hands with, that I had conversations with. So before we get into some of the things that we're doing on the land, let me go to this content creator. And it's no disrespect to the brother, but I'm definitely going to react to what he had to say because I want to educate him on what's going on here. Let's go.
And he was talking about the chosen ones and all of this here or whatever. And I was just, I don't know, man. You know, for whatever reason, it didn't sit right in my spirit. I ain't saying that it was wrong, it was right or whatever. It didn't just resonate with me or whatever, you know. So I had subscribed to Buddy channel months after I had found it, just so I could try to, because I was like, I need to listen to maybe more of his videos or whatever, the New Breed guy.
So this brother here has been subscribed to me for a couple months now, and he just doesn't understand what I got going on over here. And some of the questions he's going to ask are fair questions. So I'm going to go ahead and proceed.
And I had looked up Mark the Messenger, but I had seen another nigga. And maybe I looked up a different name and I'm confusing them, but I thought it was this other dude or whatever.
Let me fast forward it a little bit. Let's get into some of what his gripe is, right? Let's go.
You're not going through sabotage and all of this here shit. You know about all of the tactics and shit. You're not trying to get TIs to come together. You literally have hundreds of thousands of people in your fucking comments. Like, I'm going through.
So his gripe is that he doesn't feel like we're trying to bring TIs together, that we have a large following, but we're not trying to bring the people together. Well, sir, you need to stand corrected. What do you call what's going on this screen right here? See, the issue is a lot of you so-called TIs, y'all like to ignore the solution because you think it has to be another way. You think there has to be another solution. Anything but you getting out of the system that you've been relying on for all this time. I mean, a lot of y'all hear the solution, but you don't want to accept it. Right? Let's go. And it's not wrong for the brother to say that, because if we came from a certain community and we have been, and I'm not going to say we, I'm going to say me, myself, because you can't lump two men together. You might have marked the messengers and our brothers in Christ, but we have two different things going on. You can't lump brothers together. Now, he goes on to say, let's see.
We marked the messenger videos or whatever. Like I said, I wasn't watching them all. I was just looking at his comments. I mean, the same thing I was doing at Broken Matrix page. I'm just reading the comments, trying to see people and what they're saying, like what the people are saying about him and the video that he had just did. And people are talking like, oh, I've been targeted. And I'm talking tens of thousands of comments. Like, nigga, I've been all morning. I've been looking, just like I'm sorting through it. I'm just trying to figure out, like, how can you have this many motherfuckers that's telling you, oh, I got this going on? I mean, they like putting their little stories, kind of like it was when I first started doing my channel or whatever, before I got so paranoid and didn't want to really fuck with nobody coming over talking to me and shit after a few months. But motherfuckers is like, oh, I'm in Jamaica, oh, I'm in the UK, you know what I'm saying, I live in Texas, whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. So I'm reading the comments and shit, and I'm going to some of them page. Some of the people in the comments, I'm going to their page. It's the same thing I did with the motherfucker that was talking to Broken Matrix, or the people that was talking about Broken Matrix. I go to their page to see is they putting up videos, like is they got new YouTube channels, but most of these motherfuckers got old YouTube channels and shit.
Oh, let's go.
Jumping online, praise God and all of this. Yeah, I don't think that in this time that's what we're supposed to be doing. Why? We scattered out. We ain't even able to support each other than in a digital way. What happens when the internet go? You think God would have some real motherfuckers over there?
So he's saying, what happened if the internet go? Why is this new breed dude? And he goes on a pretty long tangent about this. He's live for like 4 hours talking about why we're not bringing nobody together. But at every turn, every attempt to actually bring our people together, this is what happens, ladies and gentlemen. They try to tear down our efforts at every step of the way. Instead of doing their due diligence and their research, seeing what we got going on, we get accused of being Masons. We get accused of being a cult. We get accused of not doing anything. We get accused of all of these various things. And it's like, all right, while all hell is breaking loose around you, you know what's going to be happening? We're going to go over there and do the work. We're going to go over there and do what the Most High told us to do. You understand? Now, I want to continue here. Listen up.
We have been having a wonderful time. And I'm just basking in the moment, because right now, these are the humble beginnings. And we have great hopes for this place. Right now, I'm standing in the midst of about 25 acres of land. As you can see, it's very vast. Very, very vast amount of land. Rich soil and everything. But the land actually stretches to about 110 acres of land.
So the land stretches to 110 acres. So here we have 110 acres trying to gather our people. And people want to know, what is these guys with these big platforms doing for the TI community? Let me explain something about my story. And let me put this out here first. Black Wall Street was only about 60 acres. We over here sitting on 110, right? Let me state some things about my story, right? Because there's a lot of paranoia that comes with our people. They believe everybody's a Mason, everybody's a devil. Everybody who's been put on the program are afraid to put any trust in real leaders who done put their lives on the line for this. And that's seemed to have been a real big issue in all of this. Let me explain something to y'all. So I've been targeted since birth. You and I in this chat, all of y'all listening, who gravitate towards the spirit of the Most High, all of you have been targeted since birth because the Most High have knew you since birth. But guess what? The demons, witches, warlocks, meat suits, skinwalkers, they knew you since birth too, because you're a threat to their system. You're a threat to Satan's demonic world. So now that the time is dwelling, now that there's more revelation coming out, now that the devil is tired of hiding, we got to literally unite. The scriptures tell us to gather yourselves together. In Zephaniah 2:1, gather yourselves together, yea, nation, O nation not desired. Gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. And I've been preaching this for a year straight, 2 years straight, and it's like the targeted individual community don't hear it. They don't even see the efforts because they're not even willing to do what it takes, even if there's a solution, because the solution takes them out of the comfort zone. I'm beginning to believe some targeted individuals actually don't mind being in the program. They would rather deal with the gang stalking, the organized mobbing, the perps, people following them, people sabotaging their property, being spied on, espionage, being bullied, harassed, getting pulled for tickets, getting their credit messed with, everything. You name it, that's what's happening. I'm beginning to believe that some people will rather deal with that than actually put their hands to the plow and build something and help start building something. I'm really beginning to believe that. Listen, all I have is 179,000 subs. I can't do it all by myself. But if you listen to this guy when he's talking, this is the entitlement they expect from their leadership, right? Listen.
You see what I'm saying? You at least got 100,000 motherfuckers over there that's claiming to be real. You ain't trying to get these people to link up with the motherfuckers in their city. None of that.
It's amazing how people can talk about all what you not doing, and they don't have no idea what you doing because they're not looking at the content. And then the question I would ask is, what are you doing? And this is why the book of Proverbs tell a man to focus on his own work.
Mark the Messenger telling people, yo, you got to get out of your hometown. You got to get out of your hometown, right? Okay, you're probably right? Because you came up in that hometown. Jesus wasn't accepted in his hometown. All righteous people will probably be not accepted. Like my hometown ain't the place to be. All of them people that already turned against me, they already knew what I was from a child. It's been going on. Yo, I got to check their character out. I started checking these brothers' characters out this morning to really try to, because I was like, man, maybe I'm just paranoid at the fact that they got so many subscribers. That's why I went and read some.
That's exactly what the issue is. But I only can speak for myself. Mark the Messenger, that's my brother. But when you're addressing a man, when you have a gripe with a man, it's rude and it's kind of classless to mix people together. Because what Mark may be doing may be different from the work I'm doing. So you can't sit up here and just jam us together. Let's go.
So many fucking comments on so many videos, so many community page. I'm reading what the people saying. And everybody is into what they talking about. But they into what they talking about based off God. Based off like their own personal faith in God. And saying, well, yeah. This is what we need to be doing. This is what we're supposed to be doing. This all we supposed to be doing?
No, that's not all we're supposed to be doing. This is what we're supposed to be doing right here, sir. This is the solution for gang stalking.
And if you go throughout those trees, it's actually going that direction. How much land is actually available. And we have great plans for this place. I mean, we want one section to have the tents as a camping ground, another section to have the RVs, and then we want another section to have small homes. And we can very well do so. We've already started putting in the work and taking care of this. doing what the scriptures tell us to do, and moving accordingly. And for those who are unaware, Black Wall Street was only about 40 acres of land. Ladies and gentlemen, we have access to 110 acres of land.
Right.
So there's a lot of work to support through the Love Note system. All right. All right. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we got the shower houses set up. Got the privacy fence in there. We got one for ladies and one for gents. One for hot water, one for cold. And if you look this direction right here, we got our water supply. We got our well, we got our filter, we got our pump. As you can see, the hose is pretty much running from our filtering system onto the shower houses. Now, we got our waterworks pump, and we got our generator to keep everything powered, help everything facilitate and filter clean water. Because the next line of work, the next plan is to get some fencing done. We want to get chickens, we want to get cows, we want to get goats, we want to get livestock. I know we got rosemary over here, right?
Yes. So we got the raised garden bed, and the brothers that came out about a month ago, and they planted some spearmint. As you can see, you got some spearmint
It's
here.
the spearmint right here, right?
Yep, that's the spearmint.
So as you can see, we planting gardens, we digging wells, we're setting up places where you can set up your RVs, your tents. We're trying to build small homes. We're going to be doing fundraisers. We're going to be doing gatherings there. We have been gathering 50 men who are very skilled and well and have trades. And these are the things that nobody's paying attention to. But a lot of these so-called targeted individuals want to sit back and be about drama and bask in what they're going through. So much so, they're blinded to the actual solution. Now, I've been wanting to tell y'all this. I'm going to tell y'all a little bit about my story. This program, right? And I'm gonna just keep it a buck with y'all. There's been a lot going on within the last year. 2023 was a rough year for me. It really was. Let me go to my other channel here. As some of you may know, there was a federal crime committed against myself, which if you want to go over here to New Breed Universal, you can watch the content where I had my mailbox broken into. There's things that happen. I had my vehicles broken into, mailbox followed, pulled over numerous times. You know, it's just things that I try my best to document. The flat tires, you name it, it's been happening, right? But because I don't get on here and just constantly stress and dwell on it, but I'm a solution-based man. A lot of people like, yo, he can't be going through all of these things. Yes, indeed. On my other channel, I share some of the things that I personally deal with. But at the same time, my story goes a little something like this. Yo, since I was young, right? There's always been a calling on my life, just like it's a calling on a lot of you brothers and sisters' lives. When I started making content way back in 2009, my content was in the field of editing videos. I was putting these videos out with my commentary added, and it was some powerful stuff that I have been researching about who the true biblical Israelites were. And when this was going on, I ended up getting a huge traction on one of the videos, which is premiered on my channel when you go click on it, even though they've age restricted it. And it's talking about who the true biblical Israelites are. It almost has 1 million views. Ever since that video went out, things changed. I mean, I began to be followed, watched, and this happened for a number of years, y'all. A number of years. Being pulled over. I was living in the DC area at the time. I couldn't walk down the street without getting stopped by police. On my 18th birthday, The police literally came to my home and they beat me, put stitches in my head. I've told people this story a few times back in the day. And I'm not saying none of this to give no type of pity party, because everything I've been through made me the man I am today. And, I'm going through these situations and I wasn't even doing content anymore. I wasn't doing content anymore once the video started blowing up and things was going in the right direction, but I didn't want to be known in public. People were walking up to me, hey, you so-and-so, hey man, you new Bree. And this was happening to the point where I stopped making content for a couple years. So after that took place, once I stopped making the content, I kept having near-death experiences. It kept happening over and over. I would get in a car accident, a club would get shot up, and I would be right there at the club, a bullet would whisk by my head. Or something would happen where, my life was gonna, slip through the cracks. You understand? Like, things kept happening, and I realized that the Most High was telling me, if I don't preach the truth, if I don't get online and tell my people what it is and where we going and what we got to do, then I was no good to him. That's how I heard it. If you just think you can go out here and live your life like everybody else and just, put your head in the sand and not preach the truth, not do what I'm installing in you, the various talents and gifts that I'm putting in your heart and your spirit. If you don't do this, I'm going to take your life, because you would be no good for me. And I'm going to give somebody else the seal that I put on you. Literally, that's how it felt, ladies and gentlemen. So I started preaching the truth. I started getting back online, and you know what the Most High did? He made it fruitful because he commanded me to do it. So all of these false prophets out here, they acting like they got a word. Listen, the Most High didn't give these people no word. The Almighty gave me a word, and I didn't even want to follow it because I never wanted to be followed. I never wanted for people to know me. I never wanted to have a huge I never wanted to do this. I was okay with working with firearms. I was never doing it for clout. It was literally something I had to do. Do you understand? The Most High was like, yeah, you're going to preach this word no matter what. So I did what I needed to do. A couple of years ago, I was doing this work and I started really feeling down. And I'm going to tell you why. I started feeling down because I was very successful on YouTube, but there was something missing. I didn't know how to give back to the people. I got out of certain snares of the devil, certain situations, but I always had a heart for the people. And I wondered, like, how can I give back? So I started putting my Cash App up there, but I was allowing my subscribers to send Cash App requests. Like, hey, listen, after every video, I was like, yo, if you need gas money, you need grocery money. How many of y'all remember when I was doing that? By show of ones, how many of y'all remember when I was like, yo, if you need gas money, grocery money, whatever it is you need, yo, request it on Cash App. And I was literally giving people Cash Apps. They were requesting it and I was sending them because I didn't know no other way to give back to the people. All right, so I see the ones in the building. So I prayed. I asked the Most High to show me how I can give something to my people that's not just people who are random, but people who actually support me. I can support them back in the best way possible. I ended up doing a stream on Brandon T. Jackson a couple years ago. And Brandon T. Jackson reached out. It was the Bow Wow situation. And I ended up having a conversation with Brandon T. Jackson, and he pitched something to me called Love Notes. And for some reason, ladies and gentlemen, the Love Note system immediately gravitated towards me. I mean, I literally, soon as he told me what it was, I knew that the Love Note system was a way that I can get back to the people who actually support me. And it's not just random people sending cash out requests, but we got these people in a database, a central hub. I can physically look at the analytics, who's supporting the Love Note system. And I can not only give back, but I can start, instead of just them donating, I can take some of that money and put it towards something else that's beneficial for the people. I met Elder Uwitazai, Mike, Elder Elijah. These brothers are nationmen, countrymen. I linked up with them, and that's all he wrote. Because now we have access to all this land. Not just that land that y'all just seen. Because last year I went to Africa. I was invited to go to Africa, doing things I never thought I would do. Went out there, met the vice president of Liberia. The same land that Marcus Garvey was offered. That very same land was offered to us. Thousands upon thousands of acres just sitting there. I came as an ambassador for my people. And I'm saying all of this. Some people are like, well, Bree, why are you telling, you know what I'm saying? Why are you telling us all this? Like, what is the point? I'm telling you all this because this was ordained by the Most High. I'm not just on social media trying to make a buck. Matter of fact, I would argue that I would have well over 1 million subscribers and I wouldn't be going through the shadow bans that I'm going through if I was just about money. If I wasn't putting certain things in place. If I wasn't, you know what I'm saying, actually doing something for the people. I would literally probably be upward towards 1 million followers, because then the so-called powers that be would know that, okay, this person is really, doing something. This person is really not doing anything and he just want to get paid. So let's push him. But that's not the case. It never has been the case. Now, let's hear what this brother has to say some more here, because these are the kind of thought processes that actually stop us from coming together. Let's go.
So let's get away from, we got special gifts. Because I don't see nobody out here with no special fucking gift. So let's get away with that. We got special gifts. Let's just say we're our hearts in a spiritual sense. If we had spiritual glasses to look at everybody, let's just say everybody that's in this community is in this community because when you look at the motherfucker spirit, you can tell they spirit, their heart is more towards God than Satan. Let's say that that's the reason why we got this going on. I can accept that. So that we don't have to be too, this, or you got this calling, you got these gifts. Let's not look for gifts and shit, because I don't really see that out here. I don't see that out there, because who's using their discernment on where we wound up in this community? No fucking body. It literally, nobody talks about the community itself and how the fuck you got in this room. They just start talking about Jesus and chosen. And like I say, Mark the Messenger and New Breed, they different. One talk, but they both talk scripture and God, right? Mark the Messenger don't push, we special. New Breed, that's his whole shit. Oh, we special, they jealous. That's so you manipulate motherfuckers.
So he's claiming that that's manipulating people, letting brothers and sisters know why we're being targeted. But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. We are special and we are chosen because the Most High told us so. But what are we chosen to do? And that's his main gripe. What are we chosen to do? We're supposed to be building with each other. We're supposed to be living like our forefathers. We're supposed to be agricultural people. We are supposed to literally be using our gifts, skills, and talents to manifest fruit. That's what we're supposed to be doing. And that's what I'm attempting to do for the people. But at every single corner, at every turn, this is the type of resistance that I'm met with from people who are passing judgment, such as yourself, sir. This is what we met with. And it's like, I'm hearing what this guy is saying, and he's very angry, right? You know, he's saying things like, you know, what are we gonna do? Well, you know, let me just play it a little bit more here. Listen up. I'm gonna let y'all hear it.
Y'all don't think that's manipulation, bro? Without charging you to find what your calling is, these niggas ain't charging you to find what your calling is and what your duty's supposed to be in this time. They're not putting that charge on you. That charge is put out on everybody in the Bible. The charge of your duty and your responsibility for the calling God put on your life. Y'all just saying we special for no reason. And we just need to pray and stop sinning. Okay, so watch what I feel like you do if you go into this mode. I feel like then people can fuck over you.
And here's the thing. We're trying to get people out of the mode of being isolated. We're trying to get people out of the mode of distrust with each other. We want to get people in this mode. This is the mode I want people in.
Yeah, so here we got mint and oregano. So this is the herb garden here. Right? That oregano, I mean, not oregano, excuse me. This is basil. That is probably the strongest basil that I've had tasted in my life. I'm not even exaggerating. I was actually surprised earlier when I tasted it. I was like, man,
Right.
that is really strong.
Right.
So yeah, this is
That's
great.
good stuff. And shout out to Chariot Teas, because they, as you can see, these herbs are growing straight out of the garden. It's fresh, no GMO.
Now, what did the scriptures tell us to do? It said, plant your own gardens, build your own homes, and live therein. And this is what we're trying to do. We're doing what the Bible says, because that's the solution to combat the evil that's going on in this planet. And this is why I've been asking people lately to support my Cash App, New Breed Global Truth 77. Support the Cash App, because it's actually going towards work. Do you understand? Let me put this out there to you, ladies and gentlemen. With all of the subscribers I got, with the following, the following that I have, y'all got to understand that we have to come up with a budget for every project that we do. The next time I go to the land, I want to have a yurt built and I want to have sewage done. So that way, when y'all come to the land, that there's shower houses. When y'all come visit, stay in there. Y'all got ways y'all can take showers. And we can hook our RVs into the sewage lines. That costs money, ladies and gentlemen. I also have a family that I provide for. So, I mean, we talk about the targeted individual community. We talk about the chosen one community. We talk about who got all these YouTube subscribers and all of this here. I still can't do it by myself. Only thing I could do is set a way, give a trail for people to follow. And be about my word, which I've been about. My actions, my fruit, everything I've ever promised people, my integrity always has spoken for itself. I have never stolen from the people. I am not your Umar Johnsons. I am not your brother Polites. I am not any of these guys, bro. And it's like, y'all are so hurt and scorned, y'all can't see that. I have nothing to do with anybody else. But don't place me in no bubble of people who just trying to make some money, because that's not New Breed. But this is what I met with because of the damage that our community has done. I have to deal with the backlash, and it's not fair when my intentions are pure. I didn't promise y'all a school and never built one. I didn't promise y'all books and never gave you the books. Everything I ever said, I did. But still, I gotta get the same treatment that every other false prophet, Judas, goat, liar, and deceiver get. I'm telling you, bro, this is what's going on in this community. It never stops, bro.
You just gonna let anything happen to you. Niggas was not just letting anything happen to Jesus. He'd already got his ass whooped. He already got his ass whooped. Niggas ran up on him. They showed him what he was about. So I'm saying, probably without a shadow of a doubt, these niggas is fake. They fake targeted individuals.
Let me put this out here. Let me put this out. Let me say this loud and clear. I'm not a targeted individual. I am not a targeted individual. Do you understand that? I was a targeted individual and now I'm an empowered individual. You know what makes me empowered? That I'm actually manifesting fruit against all the odds. That's what makes me empowered. I started off targeted when I didn't know what the hell was going on, when I didn't know that there was a battle and a war with good and evil. Before I could fully wake up and the veil was lifted, I was a target then. I was a sitting duck. I didn't know what was going on. But you see me walking the way I walk, meaning making moves and putting things in place. That means I'm not targeted no more. And it ain't nothing they can do to stop what's being built. And it's like you got so many people in that community that just want to sit around and talk about who got it the worst instead of actually coming up with solutions. Speaking out of turn. You know, jumping out there saying, let's see, this is the problem. You only been watching me for a couple months. You didn't do your research. That's the problem. But now you being an age man, you should see how bad it is to speak out of term like that when you don't know what's going on. That's called ignorance. And now other people who watching you gonna get a preconceived notion about somebody they don't even know based on your ignorance, based on the fact you didn't do your research on what I'm building and what I got going on. Now other people gotta go see, oh man, I heard from so-and-so that new breed of fake, that he manipulate using chosen ones and he just trying to make $1 and yada 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 because I heard it from this person. When you just admitted, you know, I don't really watch him like that. I only watched a couple months. You don't know what I'm doing. And then he goes on to talk about how I'm a Mason and, you know, so it started off as, you know, questioning what are these guys doing all the way into this dude's a Mason and he's demonic and he's evil and hand signs and hand gestures. It went from you not knowing what to think about a man to all of that. And that's how quick and easy it is for you to grow hatred for somebody who's actually got your best interest at heart. And you know, the crazy part is I just got hip to his channel by chance. He did a couple videos somebody shared with me. I was like, oh, he cool. And I just happened to be tuning in. And that's what he was saying. I just happened to be tuning in on the low. And that's what the guy was saying about me. And I was like, well, damn.
God is calling his people to come together in this time.
You hear that? God is calling his people to come together at this time. What do you think we trying to do? What do you think we trying to do?
No, none of that.
Right.
And we're gonna plug y'all in with Chariot Tea. But
yeah, so we got rosemary and oregano over here, and you know, they're going to be growing a lot more stuff here, but they accomplished a good goal just getting a raised bed started.
Absolutely. And this is just the beginning. We want several gardens, several homes. It's a whole lot of real estate to work with. And the next time we set up these excursions, we want y'all to be able to come along with us and participate.
Now, does this sound like a man who's trying to get people together, or does this sound like a man who want to keep you isolated? You answer me that one. Is this a person who's just playing church and playing religion, or a person who's saying, look, y'all, if y'all want to get away from the program, if y'all want to, have a happy life and get outside of the nonsense going on in these cities, then we want you to participate. We want you there on the land.
Because it's a lot of opportunity here. As well, here's the trail right here that leads up to the rest of the land. And this is where we were shooting up. We shot up earlier going down that trail there, which is a wooded area that leads to a farm.
Let him get the vent hole too.
Yep. Got the brisket up in there.
Yeah, that's how you do brisket right there.
Yep. Go ahead,
Yeah,
cover that up.
They done dug the trench and everything, y'all. About 3 hours of that, low and slow.
Yep.
Yeah. These brothers of the truth out here can be on barbecue wars, man. Y'all not ready.
No.
I mean, I think the brother need to humble himself. Let's go.
He is not calling them to hold a candle over in a corner and try to, maintain and endure the fucking suffering. But this is what these niggas want. When you go look at Frederick Douglass said that the enemy winning because you can endure. You ain't fighting back. You ain't speaking against it. You ain't throwing no blows about it.
This is our way of fighting back. Getting our own land, doing what it is we doing. I mean, what do you want us to do? You want us to crash out? Or do you want us to be independent and go get it on our own? Because I don't see y'all coming up with no solutions.
And then they bury it. Made a whole oven right here in the ground. Keep that heat compact. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we got our outhouses. These actually just came in today. And, they're between our two trailers. So you got privacy. You got to do what you got to do. That's going on there. As you can see, man, the people are out. How you enjoying yourself, bro? That's what's up. Oh yeah, get away from the city a little bit. It's peaceful, man. It's like a detox. Get to be one with nature and one with the Creator, right? As you can see, the ladies are cooking breakfast. The fellas, we put up the shower houses this morning. So it's order and decency out here.
So this ain't the madness of the city. You know what I'm saying? We actually bringing a message about freedom. Not getting hit with them 6G tower or those 5G towers. You know what I'm saying? Out there, no chemtrails in the sky, breathing fresh air, eating clean food.
You ain't throwing no blows about it. You ain't speaking against it. And the enemy continues to win because you can continue to endure. So why I'm be over here fasting and praying just to get through another fucking day of gang stalking? But that's as far as it go. That's the end until the motherfuckers that I'm leaving myself passive and undefended with decide to do something to me. You like, well, God will protect you. Nigga, God told you to go find his people. The same thing he told every goddamn prophet in that Bible.
See, this is what I'm saying. Speaking out of place of ignorance. A person that, I actually just started watching, like, oh, he cool, is basically condemning me before he even see what I'm doing. And he's right. We are supposed to be gathering our people. We are supposed to be building community. We are supposed to be doing these things. But this is where ignorance comes in. You didn't inquire to see if that's what I'm doing or not. You just went and spoke. So now, because you ignorant, you didn't study, you didn't see what I'm about. Now the people who watch your platform are going to be led astray. And those are potential people who could have came over here and been like, yeah, man, let's check out what New Breed got going on. There's a potential people right here because we got people who just keep speaking because everybody who got a large platform to them is a sellout. Not only do we got to deal with the program, but we can't even have success in anything as if my talent is not good enough. As if the reason why I don't have a large following is because I'm a powerful orientator, a talented artist, and things of that nature. The work I put in, my consistency. None of those things don't mean nothing, y'all. None of it means nothing. The Illuminati had to give me my platform. It couldn't have been that I worked hard to get where I got. It's never that. It can never be that way with our people. And this is the type of interference and plays that they keep on running constantly. Yeah, by the end of the video, I'm a Freemason. I'm all of these things. Meanwhile, these same people ain't seeing what I'm seeing while I'm trying to do the things that I'm doing. They're not the ones getting pulled over for no reason because you doing something for your people. They're not the ones getting their mailboxes broken into, which is a federal crime. Getting their homes broken into, cars broken into. And let me make this clear, y'all. I'm not distracted by this. See, let me explain something. Because I seen a young lady say, no, Bree, these are just distractions. Keep moving forward. Listen, I do understand that. But going into 2024, if y'all want to call it that, we know the New Year's in spring. But going into this year, ladies and gentlemen, I want to nip a lot of things in the bud. And I want to address a lot of things before I even get started on what I'm going to be doing this year. You understand? And I'm using this as a teaching point because a lot of people be thinking that same way, and I have to address it so you don't get led astray. Because there's no other person in the targeted individual community coming up with a solution. I'm the only one who has a solution for gang stalking. I talked about it for years, and from what I've been through over the years, there's the solution. It's community. But they don't want to have this conversation. They want to ignore this conversation because they like to be self-loathing and depressed and all of these kind of negative emotions. They don't want to go this direction. And you can hear it when they talk, man.
These people come together. How the fuck y'all just want to come together in a digital space?
Who's coming together? Who just wants to come together in a digital space? And you see how ignorant you sound? When you see what we actually doing?
That's fucking crazy. I ain't saying that it's not beneficial. I'm saying that the people that is in the upper echelon of this fucking.
Now let me address this person. Jordan says, Bree, you ain't the only one preaching this straight way. Been doing it for close to 30 years. Now you missed what I said. Jordan, I'm gonna put you on timeout because you didn't listen to what I said. I said I'm the only one in the TI community coming up with a solution for gang stalking, and that's community. I respect straightway and what they've been doing, but clearly you're not listening to what I just said. Like something be wrong with some of y'all. Some of y'all slow as hell. I'm not even gonna lie. Like one time, like yesterday, I posted a content creator who keeps putting my name in their description box. I posted on my community section. So many people didn't understand what the community post meant to the point I just deleted it because y'all was just that slow. Y'all couldn't see why I was upset that my name was being mentioned in their communities. I mean, in their description box, which is driving traffic and literally imitating. It's called impersonating rather, stealing traffic from my channel using my name. And nobody seen why the hell I was mad. Anyway, let's go.
Community, 100% fake is the motherfuckers down here at the bottom. Why? Who telling you to go find the next TI to help support them? Nobody, nigga.
All right, so this is his right, and now he's proven wrong. And see, this is what's been going on, man. Yeah, somebody said it. Re-incomprehension is not as common as it should be. Absolutely. But I say that to say this, ladies and gentlemen, support the work. There's so much that needs to be done. I told y'all what the next initiative is. We gotta have a budget. Brothers and sisters, we have to have a budget to do what we need to do. I hope you all understand that. A budget needs to be made. I needs the support of the people. And at the end of the day, the work is gonna get done. But it is what it is, man. Look, I love each and every one of y'all. I'm thankful for y'all support. Y'all watching the content, thumbing the video up, liking, sharing. This is the type of material they don't like to be popular on this platform. They don't like it because it's solution based. I'm not one of those guys that's just over here on social media giving you a bunch of problems, dwelling on the pain, dwelling on the struggle, talking about the program, talking about how people following us, how they harassing us, how we can't get certain jobs, how we getting evictions for no reason, how all these things is happening. If I don't bring no solution, this is the only solution to gang stalking. There you go. Shalom and peace, y'all. Shalom and peace.